first time. So you wait and you try again next year, and you get in next year. I guess what I'm trying to say is that sometimes, getting rejected, it can be good for you because it can prevent you from, I guess, entering certain things that were not meant for you in the first place, right? That maybe you were not ready yet, and the people who were in control of that, of casting you, they could tell that you were not ready, and they tell you, come next time, you will have a whole entire, I guess between the audition and then the next audition, you have this whole time to improve, to work on your skills, to become better, and then you can use what you learned during that time and apply it in your next audition, and then ace the audition. I guess that would be a good way to look at it. That's at least what I did, especially in my younger days, when you are trying to figure it out, and I guess growing up is just such a stressful thing, and when you're being told no, you're being rejected, for a certain job, you didn't get into a certain, you don't have a certain internship at a certain company that you wanted to work at. It can be devastating, and it can be a slap in the face, but you have to learn how to, I guess, get up, dust yourself up, and then try again. That is extremely important in life. It is to not give up. I know it is easier said than done. Trust me, I know, I understand, but what you have to do when you're on the verge of giving up, you have to think about the options that you have. If I give up now, what is going to happen? What are the possible consequences? And if you can live with those consequences, then go ahead and just give up. If you can't, then don't. I guess life is something that, for me personally, the way I look at life is, I think you should always try your best, but sometimes you have to go through periods in life where you just have to accept the way that things are. That's just how, and this is not me trying to bash celebrities who, talk about the anxiety that they experience. I feel like throughout the past, few years, I've heard that term quite a lot, anxiety, and I do believe that it is something that we all experience, one way or another. I think we've all had, of course I cannot speak for everyone, but I know for myself, I had periods in my life where I was super anxious, where it was super hard, it was difficult. I've never been diagnosed with anxiety. I haven't gone to, get tested, or I don't even know if you can get tested for that, I don't know. Oops, sorry, my voice just cracked, but yeah. But I'm sure that we've all experienced it, some form or another. And what I've noticed with people in Hollywood, especially now that, social media is around, for the past couple of years, celebrities they've opened up about their struggles with anxiety. And for someone like me, I just feel like, life is sometimes just not gonna be great. You will experience some hardships in life. You will experience rejection, topic of the video. You will experience sadness, grief, loss, just very difficult times. And that is the unfortunate truth about what life is. those are things that you can apply in your daily life, not daily, but when you experience rejection, and then see if it works for you, and if it helps you out. The last point that I have. Oh, is that my husband? No. He better not come in. He better not. He better does not come in. The last point was that you need to see what you can learn from it. What can you learn from this rejection? Maybe, as I said before, it wasn't meant for you, or maybe being rejected was a sign that you should go and look for something else, somewhere else. Do I need to improve? Do I need to change something? Or maybe it can just, as again, I'm kind of repeating myself, which I don't know if it's a bad thing. Maybe it sticks better to your head this way, but think of it, sometimes rejection, you can think of it as the best thing that never happened to you, right? Perhaps you dodged a bullet, and that is a good thing sometimes, isn't it? Imagine planning on meeting up with a guy. Again, there comes this date example, but imagine you wanted to meet up with someone, with a guy, and then he canceled, and then you find out later, you find out, horrific things about him. Then I would say you kind of dodged, but then again, this is not rejection. Anyway, forget what I just said, because this had nothing to do with rejection. See, I was trying to come up with an example on spot, but it didn't work. This is why I should always write down everything that I want to say in a video, so that way I'm not rambling, I'm not having these big pauses. Oh Lord. Anyway, I hope that you liked some of my tips. Again, I apply some of them myself whenever I'm dealing with rejection, and I find that it helps me. It really helps me. Of course, in the moment when you're being told no, it sucks, and you do feel as if it is the end of the world, depending on what we're talking about. But then, after some time has passed, you need to think about the points that I just mentioned, and realize that this is just one of those periods in life, one of those challenges that you will have to go through, and see how you're gonna deal with it. If you are just gonna accept it, if you're gonna move on from it, if you want to try again, then think about it. But don't give up, no matter what. Do never, never, ever give up. I've been on the verge of giving up so many times, and I'm super, super glad I didn't. Really, I'm so happy I never gave up. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope I could enlighten you, my fellow black sister. It feels good to do something. I received a message, an email, the other day from one of my viewers, which I guess we're now at 94 subscribers, which, to me, it is a lot. To someone who has a bigger platform, it's nothing, but I received a message from one of you guys thanking me for creating this channel, and to me it's almost like a self-explanatory thing to have something like that. I think it's important for black women to have those niches, those little sectors online where we can get some advice, get some tips and some help if we don't have a black woman in our lives, if we don't, because there's so I was born and raised in Germany, and it's just not a country where there's a lot of black people. But yeah, that's why sometimes I would have loved to have that for myself, and I hope that I can be just that for someone out there. And I know that I am. I know because I received that lovely, lovely email. Thank you so much. I yeah, well, just say thank you for listening and liking the video. If not liking, you haven't liked yet, but thank you for listening. If you liked the video, please make sure to thumbs it up. You can always share my content with your fellow black girl, your sister, your friend, your aunt, your mother, anyone who you feel as though would appreciate this channel. There's so much more to come. Let me not say so much more, but there's definitely much more to come. I'm also planning on perhaps writing some stories, bedtime stories for little black girls, to go to bed and to, yeah, just enjoy. But yeah, all of that, I'm not gonna ramble any longer and tell you about my plans. I'm just gonna do it, and you will see it. I'm sorry for being a little inconsistent, but there's just so much that I have to do. Like it's a lot, you guys. And whenever I think that I'm done with work, there is so much more that I have to do, and I appreciate doing it. I love doing it, but it's not easy. It's very time consuming, and I also have, to cater to my husband and make sure that we spend time together with my family and with my friends and my loved ones. So, unfortunately,